What's up, Nerfers? My name is Jay, and today I'm super duper excited to do this review because I have something super special. It is the Dart Zone Ballistix Ops PowerBall, and let me tell you, it is everything I'd hoped it would be. So to give you a little background, I did try this out at FoamCon. There will be footage of FoamCon up soon. I didn't win the game. I didn't win End War, but I won this cool poster by Clowny Nerf. Shout out to him. I never win anything, by the way, guys. Like I have terrible luck, so I'm honestly still kind of surprised I won this. But it's signed by a bunch of people that went to FoamCon. And I am so happy I have it, and it's going to be in all my videos. So, just kind of going over this quickly, it is a pump action Apollo. In a nutshell, it is hopper fed, and it comes with 8 balls. I don't actually know what the name for this particular type of ammo is, and it's very hard to see. I don't know if I could get focused on this, but it's kind of a different design than what the Nerf high-impact rival rounds are. But let me tell you, first off, right off the bat, first impressions, this blaster has some serious power. So just like priming it, this prime is no joke. And this is stock. So I'm very, very impressed right off the bat. Going from front to back, you have the barrel, you have the hopper, you have the priming grip, you have the body of the blaster. Back here you have the handle with a safety. It's safe right now, and then ready to fire. And then you have the grip here at the back and the trigger system. On the other side here, you have this switch. Over on this side, it is a release switch, I'm assuming, so you can clear any jams as necessary. And basically that's it. It's a very simplistic blaster. It's easy to use, easy to operate, and let me tell you, it is no joke when it fires. So one of the things I forgot to mention when I was going over the actual features of the blaster, this is the most important feature right here, and it's the fact that this is removable. So if you come in here and toggle this little switch, you can actually pull the entire hopper out, and I will say that there's a little spring-fed thing there, a little tooth, and that will keep the balls in place until you prime the blaster, and it will drop a ball in. So that's a really cool feature right there. The fact that this is removable is super cool. The best part about this, though, is the fact that it takes rival mags. So if you have something from an Apollo or from a Zeus, it accepts those magazines. However, here's the thing. It looks kind of wonky. Like, see that? See how far that sticks up? So, I mean, you're going to have to deal with that in your sight line. However, the fact that it can take these rival mags is really cool. And the way I figured out how to, release them and reload them is kind of use the bottom edge of my hand and just slam it down and it pops right out. And then to come in, you just kind of got to wiggle it in. It's a little bit weird. It takes some getting used to. However, releasing them is actually really smooth. It's just figuring out the proper way to do it. So I'm going to give a little quick firing demonstration real quick, and it's not going to be nothing fancy, but I'm going to show you what the prime looks like. It goes about halfway down the length of this blue thing. That's the full extent of the prime. You can see there's that little slit in there. Prime it forward, ready to fire. And you can hear how many times that ball bounced around. It packs a serious punch. Like, for stock, I'm super duper impressed with this, and I got the package with all these blasters yesterday, and I could not wait to review this because when I tried it at FoamCon, it had this massive punch that the Apollo just didn't have. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this one more time for you. And it's just, there's a whole argument between flywheels and springers, and let me tell you, there's nothing as satisfying as priming something like this and just hearing that plunger go forward and hearing that ball bounce off the walls. It is so satisfying. I don't know, you ever prime and fire, like you load a shotgun, it just feels so good. So this, I'm super duper impressed with. Now, let's start off with the pros for this blaster. Right away, this is compact. I want to say that it's a little bit smaller than a Rampage, maybe about the same size. But the fact that there's a hopper on the top, it's not side fed or anything like the Raider or Rampage, is a huge pro. Pro number 2, it is powerful. Absolutely powerful. It blows the Apollo out of the water, in my opinion. Pro number 3, the fact that you can interchange this with the rival mags, and it's a little bit wonky, and I'll go over that in a minute, but the fact that this accepts rival magazines is just the best thing that I can think of. Last pro for this blaster is the price point. This thing will come in at $17.99. It is a Target exclusive, but it is $18. So it is much more affordable than the rival stuff. It may not be the biggest name brand out there, but let me tell you, this is better than the Apollo in my opinion. Now on to the cons, and there are a few cons for me. First con, right here, the way this is set up, the way this is made, I don't know why they have this much extra plastic on here. Balls can't go up that far anyways. So I wish they would have, I don't know if you can see this line right here, but they should have just shaved it at that line and rounded it out so that this part was more accessible. Because trying to get my chubby fingers in there is hard. Con number 2 that I found for this blaster is sort of a pro and a con. With the amount of power in this blaster, the prime is rather difficult, even for someone like me who's fairly strong. So it takes a fair amount of effort. So for all of you younger viewers out there who are thinking about this is no joke. Like, I'm not even exaggerating here. This is going to be difficult to prime for some of you with smaller body types or younger people trying to use this. Next con kind of goes off of that. Because it is so hard to prime, you really need to be able to brace this against your body somehow. So the fact that there's no buttstock on this is a real con in my opinion. I'm already thinking of what blaster I can graft from to like put a stock on this, because I know I'm going to need this. Because one of the problems I found with the Artemis was that after a little while your shoulders get really sore using it because there's no stock, and that's why people have been 3D printing stocks for that. But there's really no good attachment point on the back of this. It's all rounded, and I mean, I really wish I had like a long strike stock right now or something, because that would be perfect. So as far as things like jamming goes, I'm not entirely certain. I haven't really used this quite enough to notice any jams one way or another. I'm going to be bringing this to a war that I'm going to next weekend, so I'm going to field test this if I get some extra ammo, and we'll see what happens. But as far as jams are concerned, nothing has happened yet to warrant me speaking up about jams. But yeah. So I was absolutely ecstatic to get this blaster. I am head over heels for it. I didn't have much interest overall with the rival blasters themselves, but because this is so affordable, because it's so simple, it's not janky at all, the prime is nice and smooth, because it's so powerful, it's a winner in my book. It's honestly, this is the Apollo killer. This is what the Apollo should have been. So all in all, I'm very, very impressed with this blaster. I cannot wait to field test it. And honestly, this has converted me to ball blasting. So, Springer Master Race. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe so I can continue to make new content. Ooh, a little bit of news for you. I have a Twitter account now. It is @JNerfOfficial. I will put a link in the description below, as well as up on here, right here. Yeah. And so, yeah, I have a Twitter. It will update like when my Facebook does, and it'll show posts from my Instagram. I'm just trying to get more connected here, you know? So yeah, I have a Twitter. Check me out. Give me a follow. Tweet at me. Whatever you want to do. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys later.